Okay, so I welcome you all to episode 2 on the seals. As I said earlier on, the main goals. Now, let us continue. So, John 16 verse 33 says that, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. In this world you have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. What we learn from this is that use the seals not to spread fear. Okay? Yes. But to build courage. Is that okay? Yes. The seals it's not used to spread fear in you. No. But it's to build courage. And it's to remind you all that God wants us ahead of time so we can stand strong when the shaking comes. The Lord is prompting us. Hallelujah. Now, let me come the breakdown, the explanation of the first seal. Revelation chapter 6 verse 1 to 2. Now I watched when the Lamb opened one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures say with a voice like thunder, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a white horse. See, a white horse. And its rider had a bow, and a crown was given to him. And he came out conquering and to conquer. He came out conquering and to conquer. Seal number 1. Tell your dad, mom, siblings. Seal number 1. Seal number 1. The white horse. Deception and false peace. The white horse. Now, let's look at the symbolic meaning here. The white horse represents false peace, religious deception, and antichrist systems. It appears pure, but it's a counterfeit of Christ. Why? Jesus also rides a white horse in Revelation 19, okay? But this rider in chapter 6 comes before the return of Christ. He has a bow but no arrows, suggesting a conquering through diplomacy, lies, or influence, not open war. Now, the word crown is a crown of victory, not the royal crown. This suggests that a pretender, not the true king. Now, Matthew 24 verse 4 to 5 says that, "Watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and will deceive many." This matches the first birth pain Jesus warned about deception. Okay. And let's look at 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 9 and 10. The coming of the lawlessness one will be in accordance with how Satan works. Yes. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that serve the lie. And one thing I also want to stress about is that this is not just about one man, like the Antichrist. This white horse represents a global movement of deception, where false ideologies, religious compromises, and peace treaties are exalted. Okay, but they are void of truth. They are void of truth. People will trust governments, false religions, and unity movements, thinking they are good, yet they lead to destruction. Hello, are you listening? Good. Now, one thing I want you to know is that not everything white is holy. Not everything white is holy. Many will follow teachings that sound peaceful, spiritual, and even loving, but are actually meant to pull them away from Christ. Can you discern truth from your counterfeits? I want to ask you. Are you following Jesus or following someone who just sounds like him? Will you be alert or deceived? And my prayer point for you is that, Lord, sharpen my discernment, expose every false teaching or deceptive influence around me. Let me not be led astray by a white horse pretending to bring peace. And I want to deep down in the seal 1 for you. Seal number 1, the white horse, which represents deception and false peace. Let me go deeper for you. Now, Revelation chapter 6 verse 2 says that, I looked and behold a white horse, and its rider had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he came out conquering and to conquer. Hello. Now, what I want you to know is that this rider appears pure, that is the white horse, has influence, that is the crown, but deceives without visible weapons, a bow with no arrows. He is a symbol of deceptive conquest, especially spiritual and ideological deception. Okay. Now, I want us to look at 5 deep biblical examples and its scenarios of deceptions in the seal number 1, insight. The serpent in Eden, Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 to 6. Satan didn't show up with fire and brimstone. He came through smooth words and false promises. You will not surely die, you will be like God. This is the original white horse rider, appearing wise and peaceful, but conquering with lies. And that we look at 2 Corinthians 11 verse 3, it says that, but I am afraid that your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ. An example in Fabulous Magicians, that is Exodus 7 verse 10 to 12. This was about when Moses performed miracles. The magicians did the same signs, but through satanic power. They looked legitimate, spiritual, powerful, but it was counterfeit authority. And Balaam's compromise, that was Numbers 22 verse 24. And we also see it in 31 verse 16. Now, Balaam was a prophet who knew God but compromised for gain. He led Israel into sin under the guise of religious teaching and tolerance. He looked like a man of God but caused Israel to fail through false doctrine. And Revelation 2 verse 14 says that Balaam taught Balak to entice the Israelites to sin. And that Ahab's false prophets, 1 Kings 22 verse 6 to 23. Ahab gathered almost about 400 prophets who prophesied peace. Go up, you will win. Go up, you will win. But they were lying spirits. Only Micaiah told the truth and was in prison for it. White horse deception. Popular voices saying what people want to hear but leading to distraction. Yes. So another example is the cynic crepes propaganda. 2 Kings chapter 18 verse 17 to 35. Now, the Assyrian king's representative told Israel that don't trust your God. None of the other nations were saved. He mocked truth and tried to win through fear, logic, and lies, not war alone. And then one thing I also want to bring to your attention, there's a deceptive Gibeonite, Joshua 9 verse 3 to 15. Now, they wore old clothes and moldy bread to deceive Israel into a peace treaty. Israel didn't pray, and so they were deceived by what looked innocent. And the other ones who I also want to bring to your attention was Delilah's seduction of Samson. No, Judges 16 verse 4 to 21. So she pretended to love Samson, but was secretly working with his enemies. She used emotional manipulation, not violence. A white horse strategy. Tell a friend, a white horse strategy. Now, Judas Iscariot. I also want to point on this. Now, Luke 22 verse 3 to 6. He walked with Jesus, handled money, and looked like a disciple. Yet he betrayed Jesus with a kiss, a sign of peace used for treachery. Okay, now, the Pharisees in Matthew 23 verse 27 to 28. That I will continue in the next episode. episode 3.